I think compassion is an important value because the reality is that we're more and more interrelated in the societies we live in, and so it's critical that we have a sense of the suffering of others. And I think that that's particularly important at Stanford because the truth is that Stanford is a privileged place to be able to live and study and work, and so it's really critical that we understand that others in the world are not as well off as we are. I grew up in a family where compassion was an important value. My mother in particular, I think, lived to serve other people and make their lives better. I can't claim to live up to her standards, but one of the things that I think I can try to do is in my day-to-day work, make the lives of others better, be sensitive to their needs. I think that the role of dean is not typically associated with compassion, and it's true that deans have to make tough decisions at times, but I think we can do that in a way that is sensitive to the feelings of others and tries to make it as happy a situation for them as we can. I think we have a number of programs already that encourage all of us, and particularly the students, to think about others. And we continue to add to those programs. The design school project on extreme affordability, I think, is all premised on the notion that there are people who have many fewer resources and whose lives the Stanford sense of ingenuity and enterprise can improve. We're just about to start a program that will provide help in community engagement learning, and that will allow students to go out into the community with projects connected to their academic work. I think we do it in 100 different ways. It's a big, complicated campus, but I think we have a variety of programs, some based in the Haas Center. We have one here in the school that encourages our doctoral students to get involved in civic engagement. And I think all of those help provide a sense of humanity about this place that is really important. And then finally, I think it's not to be overlooked that the new undergraduate curriculum includes a requirement for ethical thinking, and that's designed to get students to think about the value system by which they want to live their lives. Well, I don't pretend to be a hero in that regard. I think the experience that I've had in the past couple of years that's been most moving was bringing over and teaching a group of 23 students from Asian University for Women in Bangladesh who came from a variety of countries, Afghanistan, India, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Cambodia. Brought them over to campus, and I spent a month working with them, teaching them and giving them the experience of a Western education. Many of these young women came from backgrounds that we would regard as seriously deprived, but they were all extremely eager to have the opportunity to enjoy the kind of teaching resources that Stanford students have every day. I think a compassionate life requires attention to, sensitivity to the suffering of others, and behaving in a way that helps improve their lives. And of course, that's a complicated issue at times, and so I think the education that we can provide at Stanford can help students maybe think in a deeper and more complex way about the way their lives affect others, and vice versa. One of the works that really touched the students in the course from AUW was reading Sophocles' Antigone, which is really a play about the deep tension that can arise between civic duty and humanity and family compassion. And it was interesting for me to see how much that engaged these students from halfway around the world. And so as a classicist, I think I'm inclined to not think about the current crop of movies, most of which I haven't seen, but to think back about a classic.